What's up, my catnip fiends? It's your girl Baker the Cat, and today we'll be reacting and rating pies. Let's get into it.
Now we're going to add in our butter, our white sugar, brown sugar, and just cream that together for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now we're going to add in an egg and mix that together for about another minute, and then we're going to also scrape down the sides. Don't forget to do that part.
Yeah, scraping down the sides is crucial. You have to always make sure you get all that butter and flour and sugar that's at the bottom and on the sides. You don't like clumps and lumps in our batter.
Then we're going to add in some molasses and some vanilla. Then we're going to add in our dry ingredients and mix that together until it's just combined sides. And then we're going to add in our oats.
See, I would eat that dough just like that.
Then we're just going to go ahead and scoop these out, flatten them out a little bit, and bake these on 350 degrees.
I just love watching things get incorporated in a mixer. It just looks so soothing and I love it. I can just tell this is going to turn out amazing. Okay, yeah, you know what? That's smart to put it in the cup. Because it's kind of hard to like hold your hand in that C position just to load up your piping bag.
And this is what the final product looks like.
I don't know, Lil Debbie, you might be out of business. I might have to rate these A tier.
It's wiggly, jiggly, 300 grams or 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour right into the bowl of your food processor. 1/4 cup of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt. Now we'll whiz it up, just pulse so it mixes everything together. I'm adding 1 cup of cold cubed butter. Okay, let's pulse this up a couple times. Drizzle in 1/4 cup of ice water mixed with some vodka.
Adding vodka to your water into your dough stops the gluten from binding, making the dough more easier to work with and softer. And you'll use less water. And no, you cannot get drunk.
Right onto our pastry mat. I like to just use the pastry mat to bring it together a few times. Wrap it well in plastic. You don't want it to be exposed and dry out in the fridge. Chill it. You can chill it overnight if you want. Fridge. Once it's chilled, you're gonna roll it out, plop that into your pie tin. Just gonna trim the excess pie dough off with some scissors. I'm gonna hold my thumb out and then press in like this. So I'm gonna get a nice kind of rustic glass edge. Add some parchment paper, some tin foil to support the edges, fill it with pie weights or beans, whatever you want. Bake at 425 for about 15 minutes. Remove all of that tin beans, the paper, give it an egg wash, tent the outside, bake it again for another 15 minutes at 425, and then reduce the temperature to 375 and bake until it is golden brown. Eggs. 1, 2, whatever makes you happy. 1 yolk and 2 yolks. Wash your egg mixture. So into that pot, I'm adding 1.5 cups of sugar. I'm using 1. So 1/3 cup is gonna be about 50 grams. I'm adding in 1/4 teaspoon of salt, plus a pinch. There we go. And now 3 cups of cold whole milk. Whisk it all together, save your scale. Medium-high heat and get to stirring. You don't wanna let any of the milk burn, so just keep on moving. You really wanna keep the mixture on top is gonna be liquidy, which is sad. So it's getting really frothy, but underneath, look at this, it's starting to thicken. Okay, medium, and then just keep stirring. We really wanna make sure it thickens up. And we're gonna stir on medium for about 5 minutes. So right now, I'm gonna add in about, half a cup or so of my hot mixture into the eggs while I whisk.
Okay, bakers, you have 5 seconds. Yep, the answer was A.
Whisk. We're tempering the egg, losing the consistency that we want. While we're whisking. Okay, we're gonna cook on medium for 2 more minutes while we whisk. These eggs are just gonna get cooked. 2 minutes into a bowl. Get all that delicious custard out. A spoon of vanilla. All right, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, butter. Whisk that together. The butter's gonna melt in there, make it really, really smooth. All right, Nice creamy mixture. We're gonna cover. And when I say that, I don't mean cover the top, I mean place the plastic onto the surface so that you're preventing a skin from forming. Snack on that custard skin instead of using it in your pie. This can go, cut them at a little bit of a diagonal. Make the pie shell, fill it with your vanilla filling, and then I'm gonna add in a little bit of my vanilla custard. Just on the bottom, it'll be smooth it out so you have a thin layer. Now let's add a layer of bananas in. This pie will have a beautiful fresh banana taste with it. There's no point. Now if you want, you can do a couple layers of bananas and pie filling, but I like just one on the top and one on the bottom. For about 2 cups of cream, whip it up. Okay, keep an eye on this. You don't want it to over whip. Splash of vanilla in. Just whip it on low. Top with a generous mountain of whipped cream, and then I'm finishing my pie with a ring of banana slices. It looks really classic, and it's so easy. If you want, you can just dump them all on there. All the bananas for everybody. Okay, I've been dying for this bite.
Good googly moogly. This pie looks almost perfect. I'm gonna rate it S tier. Custard is one of my favorites.
Love buying these growing up and the homemade kind. Oh child, it is even better. Y'all ready? Let's go. Okay, we're gonna start by dumping some flour into a bowl because it is homemade pie crust time. That looks great. Okay, now comes our super duper cold chopped butter, and then we're gonna add in a little bit of butter flavored shortening. Of course, of course I gotta do that because these two together, butter and butter flavored shortening, makes the best pie crust known to man. For real, it really does. Okay, I've got my little pastry cutter here. I'm gonna try to burn up as many calories as I can, you guys, because I already know I'm gonna smash like 2 of these pies at the gate. I got 2. Okay, so use that little pastry like large crumbs, and yep, we are there. So that is looking good. That is how it should look right there. And then last, we're going to add in our icy cold water. Pour that on in there and just stir it up until the dough begins to form. And guess what, you guys? Guess what? You've just made a bomb pie crust from scratch. Yeah, honey, ain't nobody got nothing on you. Ain't got nothing on you. You did it, but we're not done yet. We're not done just yet. We still have to knead this thing, okay? We gotta knead it just a little bit. So go ahead and dump it out onto your cutting board and just begin to knead it right here. So lovely, so lovely. Okay, so now we're just gonna cut our dough into half, okay? And then we're gonna cut it into fourths just like that. And then we're gonna cut this into 8. Next, I'm just going to take each little section and roll it into a little ball just like this right here. I'm gonna place them on my pan. Now I like to kind of press it down a little bit. This kind of helps it chill a little bit faster, but yeah, just repeat that till you have all those little balls of dough on your pan. And now I'm gonna cover this up with some plastic wrap. I'm gonna pop this into the fridge for about, 30 minutes or so. You just want it to be nice and chill. And meanwhile, we're going to get started on our bomb peach filling. Now for this peach filling, I am using frozen peaches because I just love how vibrant frozen fruits stay when they're cooked down. I like the texture, everything. But of course, you can use fresh fruits if that is your thing, honey. Absolutely. We're just gonna...
See, I can deal with frozen peaches, but not canned. We can't do the can in 2024.
Pour our little frozen peaches into a skillet. I'm going to add in a little bit of granulated sugar, a little bit of brown sugar. All right, go ahead and give it a little toss just to get everything all mixed up and stuff. I'm going to turn my heat on medium, and I'm going to bring this just to a light boil. Okay, peaches are nice and soft, and you can kind of mash them up very easily, just like this right here. Now, when I'm doing my peaches, I like to mash up just a few of them. I don't like the whole thing to be mashed up, so I'll mash up just maybe like half of them, and then I'll get my rubber spatula and kind of chop it up because I like for my peach filling to be nice and thick and chunky. Okay, I like it nice and thick. I don't want it to feel like a jam or preserve. You know what I'm saying? Nice and thick. And as you can see, it's really thick, which is exactly what we want. So now it is time to add in the butter. Yes, the butter. Hot peaches and butter. Look at that, look at that. That is like a match made in heaven. So go ahead and add that butter in, stir it up, get it nice and melted. And now for an ingredient you cannot skip. Promise me you will not skip this step, and that is fresh lemon juice. Yep. When I tell you that this lemon juice, you guys, will balance out that sweetness, you have to add that lemon juice. All right, that looks great. Now, if you need a little bit of cornstarch, you can add that to thicken it up a little bit. I added in a little bit. I really didn't need it. It was already thick enough, but yeah, just to be on the safe side, I added in a little bit of cornstarch. Okay, so now I'm just gonna let this filling cool off completely. It will get even thicker as it cools, but once your dough is chilled and your peach filling is nice and cool, it is showtime. Time to make our fried peach. This is where I start to get excited because yeah, I like this part. Okay, so I'm gonna take my little dough ball out. I'm gonna roll it out on my cutting board. You want it thin, maybe like 5 to 6 inch size circles. That's the goal, okay? Nice and thin. So just roll it out and roll it out. And next we're gonna take about 2 tablespoons of the peach filling and plop it right on down in the center, just like that. Now you want to fold the dough over. You can stretch it a bit if you need to, and then just press it together. Press, press, press all around. Make sure that it's nice and tight and sealed up. Now don't worry if it looks a little jagged, okay? Because we're gonna take care of that with this pizza cutter. Now we're going to get us a fork and we're going to crimp along the edges because we do not want these pies opening up while they're frying. So sealing those edges is a must. You gotta do it, gotta do it. So that is how you assemble these pies. Just go ahead and repeat those steps until you have a tray of 8 gorgeous pies ready to go into the golden side. Lower the pies into the oil. I can fit about 3 pies in my skillet. Just be careful not to overcrowd them, alright? We're gonna let these pies fry up until they are nice and golden. This will not take long at all, maybe like 4 to 5 minutes. Now you may need to flip it over if your oil is not deep enough so that both sides get nice and golden. And when they're done, this is how they will look. Go ahead and remove them from the oil, place them on a cooling rack to drain. Very quickly, we're gonna make a really easy glaze. So easy. I have some powdered sugar in a bowl right here. I'm gonna add in just enough milk to turn it into a thin glaze. So go ahead and stir that milk on up. So now I'm gonna add in a little pinch of salt to balance out that sweetness and a bit of vanilla extract. Give it a good stir and then Operation Glaze. Now it's time for the last step. Yay! It is time to glaze our pies. Now I like to glaze them while they're still hot, so I'm just gonna brush this glaze all over one side of the pie. Time has come to enjoy the fruits of our labor. These pies are bomb. They are so bomb diggity. That buttery, flaky homemade pie crust and that sweet and tart peach filling with that vanilla glaze. This is almost too much, almost too good to be true. So go ahead and bless yourself. You deserve it, okay? You deserve it. And that is the recipe for today, folks. I hope that you enjoyed this video.
All fluff. These peach pies look perfect. I'm going to have to rate these S tier. I mean, come on. They're iced. But anywho, let me know what you guys will rate these pies. Make sure you like and subscribe. Lofi guys. And I'll see y'all next time. Enjoy this little cat clip.
Ayan, bata ka ay.
Una vinha malvada quer ir lá pra casa fazer uns novidades tu gosta. Sabe que eu sou crente, não descansa não. O meu coração é